Kailey Sanchez. I'm 20 years old and I'm a pottery student at College. So I started taking a pottery class in high school my sophomore year, and just like any beginner pottery artist, my work absolutely sucked. It takes a really long time to get used to the wheel. It's like learning a new instrument basically. So I just kind of got a little hooked, and I get a little skittish when I don't work for a while, so I just kept going with it, and now it's been 6 years with me doing pottery, and it's really nice to be able to tangibly see yourself getting better at a skill. I think my pottery is like a good mix between being really modern and clean, but it also has like a very 70s funk feel to it, if you can imagine that. I really like to make things with spouts on them, just because it's really great to be able to attach one piece of clay to another piece of clay and then just be able to use it. Which sounds really silly, but it's amazing to be able to actually pour liquid out of something that you made from mud. So I really enjoy making things like teapots, and I also enjoy making little cups just because they can be really short and they have different attitudes depending on what shape they are. So you can make really cute cups, or you can make something a bit more durable and heavy. I really enjoy being on the wheel and the tactile sensation of the mud in my fingers. Like, it's a really interesting sensation you won't find anywhere else. My favorite part of making pottery is probably just the feeling of the mud in my fingers. It doesn't feel like regular mud, like when you're a kid and you play in the mud and it's really like thick and rocky. Like ceramic mud, this stuff is so slick, like you wouldn't believe it. So it's just a very nice feeling for the senses. It's indescribable. So I really enjoy being on the wheel and getting my hands dirty and throwing water and clay everywhere. It's really nice. So I find the amount of chemistry that goes into pottery really interesting. There's a lot of different chemicals you have to work with, and a lot of math that goes into how the clay is fired, and you can kind of use that to predict how it'll come out. But it also wasn't always like that. Pottery used to be more of a very primitive thing. You would just stick mud on fire and see what happens, but now there's a lot more technology that goes into it. I think it's really interesting the way that the pottery world has changed in the past couple of decades, even though I haven't been alive for that long. But pottery in the 80s compared to pottery now is a completely different world. In the 80s, there weren't that many people doing pottery, but now you can just go on social media, say you can go on Instagram, and there's an entire world of work out there for you to look at. And sometimes it can get a little overwhelming seeing master potters work, and you're comparing yourself to them, like, why aren't I like that yet? But there's a hidden journey behind all of those posts, and you just have to learn to ignore everyone else's styles and try to develop your own and focus on your own work.